Welcome to Share Talk, the only podcast where investors come first.
We're joined today by Craig Brown, Chief Executive Officer of ECR Minerals. You okay, Craig?
Yes, good, thanks. Thank you for having me, Alex.
I've been trying to pin you down for a long time, actually. It's nice to have you on board.
I've just been extremely busy, so it certainly hasn't been intentional. So it's good to finally talk.
I was just looking at your latest RNS released on the 4th of February. You're doing an additional drilling programme, the Black Cat Gold Prospects in Victoria, Australia. Can you give us a small overview of that, please, Craig?
Yes, well, Black Cat's the third prospect we're drilling. We should be started actually with the drill going in the ground next week. We announced a few days prior to that we'd started a drill program at Creswick and Blue Moon. So in effect, we're drilling three prospects out on one of which is on the Creswick property, and two of which is Blue Moon and Black Cat, are on the Baillieston license. So the drill rig actually moved to the Creswick property on Sunday. We collared the hole on Monday, and we started drilling today and completed the first hole, and now we're into the second hole. So we're pretty positive about things. We should have the samples going to the lab fairly soon. We're going to be seeing them on a regular basis and getting the results back as quickly as we can. So we've been promised a 5-day turnaround. So we should have it gives us a good chance to actually see how the performance is going and to guide us for the location of the subsequent holes. After Creswick, which we're very optimistic on, we're moving to Blue Moon with the large RC rig. The announcement about Black Cat, which was yesterday, the 4th of February, is a separate type of program, and that's using a different rig, and that's RAB drilling. The location of Black Cat is just next to a new property which Newmont recently applied for, and in a very good location near the Fosterville gold mine. Fosterville is a successful gold mine owned by a company called Kirkland Lake Gold, and they produced around 300,000 ounces last year at a cost of about $900 per ounce, less than that, maybe $850 an ounce, when the gold price is around 1,500 Australian dollars per ounce. So these prices are in Australian dollar terms, so it's an extremely successful project.
I've got to ask this question. Are you getting any grants from the Australian government to drill?
We're getting an R&D grant due to us testing a hypothesis on the type of mineralization that we're drilling in the way and that it can be defined. We have Dr. Rodney Boucher as our chief geological consultant for Australia, and and we put in a grant application, and 43% of all our costs are actually being funded by the Australian government. So it means that it substantially reduces our costs, and the total cost for the entire drill program is about 700,000 Australian dollars. We had 1.2 million pounds in the bank at the 31st of December. So if we're getting 43% of the 700,000 Australian dollars back, it means it's less than about 20% of our total cash is being used on the current program.
I hope you don't mind. I've got to ask about GGP, the Ernest Giles. I've got to bring that in the conversation. They had an RNS out today. It's just with your projects ongoing in Australia.
Okay, we picked up some licenses, which I think was announced beginning of January, the Windida package of licenses, and we picked up 1,600 square kilometres in the Yilgarn, Creighton region, and that's a highly prospective region. It contains 30% of the world's proven gold reserves, and in that particular area, it's greenstone belts with both gravity and electromagnetic anomalies, and there's a lot of targets to drill straight away. So we're very excited about that area, and we're in close proximity to GGP's Ernest Giles project.
Yeah, because I'm just looking at their first drill hole. They got positive results, and they've just released a second one. Newmont Exploration.
Yes.
They're in the district. They've got an application for the ground immediately to the north of Black Cat Prospect.
Correct.
Yeah, so So it looks, you've got a big player there on your boundaries.
Yes, well, I'm not sure, but I think Newmont's still the world's largest mining company, at least gold mining company. At least it was 10 years ago. So, we're in the right location. But
Exactly.
apart from Black Cat, Blue Moon is also in that same license area, which is our Bayliston license, and also we have a number of other prospects, which we refer to as 3, which includes the old Byron mine. So, we've got quite a lot going on in that area. In addition, I think it was announced in November last year, we've applied for 3 more licenses in that area. So they're only license applications at this stage, but they're also all adjacent to the Newmont property.
I've got to ask you a personal question, Craig. Like your background, the 3 previous companies you've been with, can you give us, like your investors, can you give us a quick overview of your background in the industry, please?
Okay. So by profession, I'm actually a chartered accountant, but I've worked in the mining industry for 24 years, and I've actually started off my career working mainly actually on the ground on a mine site and building and constructing a mine, and all 3 of the last companies have been a success. So, we put mines into production. We discovered, we proved up the resources, put the mines into production, built the plant, put the mines into production. And I mean, the first company produced over 100,000 ounces a year. The second company, a bit smaller, but it's a very profitable mine, and it's still going, 17 years on from when we started it off. And the last company was Chryso Resources, and we discovered over 5 million ounces in Tajikistan. Well, we discovered a lot more than that, but we proved up to JORC standard 5 million ounces. And if you took into account the exploration drilling, which we did, which was never put into a resource, we were close on 10 million ounces. So that's a phenomenal project. And, so that was the third company, and I worked on that one for about 13 years. So my experience is mainly actually on the ground running the projects.
Like I said, for yourself as well as a company, you're not just based in Australia. I know people newly listening to ECR Minerals PLC story. So you've got other assets.
But our main focus is really on Australia now. That's where we're spending the money. That's where we're doing the drilling. It's a safe jurisdiction. It's the second highly rated jurisdiction for mining in the world. We do have historical assets which were run by the previous management in Argentina and the Philippines. Philippines is on hold at the moment due to various reasons, but we may pick that up in future. It's an extremely good deposit. It just depends on the government being a bit more mining friendly. And Argentina we see as being very favourable, but it doesn't really fit in with the mould for Australia. So we're looking at potential spin-off opportunities for that at the moment, and we have been for the last year. So, but that's progressing on quite well at the moment.
Yeah, the only reason I highlighted that, every time I've tried to get hold of you, you've either been in Australia or Argentina travelling.
I think I was in Argentina. I don't know. I was in Argentina in August, and then back in November, beginning of December. But yes. But we're looking to do something with those assets. The assets in Argentina are actually very good, and you've got very high grade mineralization on surface. And if those deposits had been in Australia or China or elsewhere in another mining friendly jurisdiction, they would have been mined a long time ago. It's just that they don't seem to have the gold fever as much in Argentina as they do in other countries, and so the assets are just sitting there, and nobody's right throughout the country. There's a lot of gold, but nobody's really involved in mining it. I mean, Argentina's been historically famous for its silver production, but not gold.
So, what would you say to investors in 2019 moving forward as a company? What message would you give them today?
Well, within our Bayliston and Avoca license, there's something like 46 prospects. We've worked on about 4 of them so far, and we've got some promising results out of 2 of them. So, we're going with 3 solid programs at the moment. We hope to get through these licenses and come up with some resources, and that's our objective, to come up with some serious resources that are mineable. And I'm talking about, Creswick has the potential of being a multi-million ounce project. So that's the type of thing which we're looking for at the moment, which we're working on at the moment.
Craig, I've got to thank you today for giving up your time. Craig Brown, Chief Executive Officer of ECR Minerals. It's nice at last to catch up.
Okay, great talking to you, Alex. Thank you very much. And, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to send us an email.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you for listening. Remember to visit our website for more news and other podcasts at www.share-talk.com.